I'm Matt with Comics Online. If you want to introduce yourself and tell your name.
Stan Berkowitz. I adapted Public Enemies, Superman, Batman, Public Enemies for DC and Warner Brothers Animation.
Can you explain the process from adapting the comic book, which is a pretty well-established story with Batman and Superman, to the animated features? A lot of stuff lost, or pretty much just given?
I would say that what you're going to be seeing on September 29th is about 85% of the book. Now, naturally, we had a 5-hour comic book series. We couldn't put it all in. We tried our damnedest as much as we possibly could. The actual process involves a lot of thought. Personally, I read the comic book over and over and over and figured out what we could put in, what we couldn't put in terms of the real beating names. Otherwise, we could go for 2 hours.
It seems like you guys didn't have as many restrictions with what characters you could use and couldn't use based on what we've seen in the trailer. We've seen a lot of the Injustice Gang and a large number of supervillains and heroes. Were there any characters sort of off limits for this that were in the original?
If we did not put a character in, and I'm not saying that's true or false, but if we did not put a character in, it was simply because of time and space. No one said to us, don't put that person in. But a lot of it was there's so much going on that you didn't want your main people to be lost.
Was there anything specifically you were excited about animating from this storyline? There's a lot of big action sequences, but does anything stand out?
Yes, there is something, but it's not a big action sequence.
Okay.
It's a certain. I hesitate to even call it a romantic moment, but it's a great panel from the comic where you finally realize exactly how deranged Lex Luthor is when he kisses him completely out of the blue, and that's right in the movie as well.
I was kind of worried you were going to say it was a romantic moment between Batman and Superman. That would just be awkward. I don't know how fans would react.
Were you talking about Brokeback Batcave or something?
Yeah, could be.
It was the Luthor Waller. Anybody who's familiar with the comic book will remember that because it just came from out of nowhere in the comic book, and I think we kind of were very true to that in the movie as well.
Other than that sequence, is there anything else that stands out in your mind as being a highlight for this animated film? Maybe it's a step up from anything else that you guys have done?
I like the politics. I mean, the only new thing we really had to add was how could Luthor be president? And I feel that we kind of at the beginning we had to explain the events that would have to transpire for someone like Luthor to become president. And I thought we did a pretty good job.
So we don't just jump in, it's actually...
You know, if you're a comic book fan, you kind of can accept the idea that Luthor's president. But if you're a guy that buys this thing at Walmart, because, I used to watch Superman and Batman, and I'll buy this for my kid, you would see it if there was no background. You'd say, what's Luthor doing as president? And I don't think you'd be able to relate to it. So we kind of explained how it could happen that Luthor would be elected.
Thank you very much for talking to us, sir. We really appreciate it. And you're at comicsonline.com.